Hello, welcome back to Blake's Den. Another episode on Project Designer. So this is my 1988 Austin Mini Designer Special Edition. Haven't done anything on it for a few weeks, probably a month, over a month, couple of months, something like that. Where I left it was I sort of doing repairs on the front end, and I'd been doing some repairs on this inner wing. Got that all painted in red oxide, and now I've got to put the repair panel on the front. And yes, I should have put a whole new front end on it, but I'm sort of committed to this path I'm going down now of doing each corner, so I'm just going to have to do that. But the first job I need to do, nice simple job, is to get the new headlamp ring back on. So I bought this is just painted up in red oxide. If we look at the other wing I fitted, you can see that there's 3 circles and then there isn't one at the bottom. So it needs to go that way up. And then there's various sort of spot welds around to hold it in. So I'm just going to do pretty much the same. I'm going to put that in there. Spend some time getting it in the right place. And then using the holes I've drilled, just do some plug welds with the MIG welder. So I think I'll get set up and get that done now. Right, I've got it clamped in a position I'm fairly happy with. I don't think it's uber critical, this. It doesn't quite line up anyway. I mean, the top hole's about right. That hole's about right. That hole seems a bit low. But see, actually, when you look at the other side, yeah, that one doesn't line up anywhere, does it? So yeah, it is what it is. Right, I'll get this welded on now. What I've actually done is I've just, you might not be able to see, but I've just taken a spot drill bit to knock the paint off the surface here, and then I've used just a knife actually just to reach in and scrape the paint off inside. So I'm going to weld up a few of these, and I have to reposition the clamps because it needs pulling in a bit more up here. So I'll just do it slowly, work my way around. It doesn't have to be, it's not a structural part, it's just holding the headlight in, but at the same time I don't want the headlight to fall out. So yeah, let's get it done. So I've got the headlamp ring in, fairly straightforward, just lots of welds all the way around. So now onto the main event, which is trying to get that piece onto there. So I'm just spending my time, taking my time even, working out where I need to cut. So I've got this piece which is salvaged, which should cut off. But actually, if I hold that up to the car, I can't quite get it in position, but there's a bit of a gap there because of the panel, or not the panel, the bracket behind which connects to the inner wing. So that bit there. So I'm just taking some dimensions and checking it, and basically I think I need to cut basically that line there extended up. You can just about see the curves there and there. So I need to do that. And then along the bottom, I'm actually just going to cut that bit out. So it's one straight join, and that'll be somewhere about 100mm from the number plate bracket, assuming those brackets are in the same position, which I think they are. So I'm going to cut this, but I'm going to cut it over size, and then I can get it on and do a few trial fits and just eke it down to size. So that's the first trial fit of our panel, all cut down. It's not too bad, needs a bit of work. That needs lifting up there, it's a bit tight, so it's not sitting right. And then down the bottom, it doesn't quite line up very well. It's not far off, but I think if I get this sorted out first, I think that'll help with sorting that out. And I think just a sort of quick sand down on either side, and I think that should be about right. So yeah, a little bit more fettling. I've got it held in position at the moment. I've put the bolt in here, so that's located that. And I've just got a clamp on the flange behind there. So right, I think I'll take it off, sort that out and see what we end up with. Got it fitting a bit better now. got a few clamps on it. The area I'm focusing on is around here. I'll show you why in the next clip. But yeah, fairly happy with that. Down here is not gone so well. Slightly larger gap than I wanted, but it's not the end of the world because I want to put a flat plate behind there so I can get lots of heat in the weld, similar to down below as well. So yeah, right. Reason I'm not worried about too much about this is I'll show you in the next clip. So that is with the grill and the bumper very crudely attached. It doesn't quite fit right down here, but don't worry about that for now. So yeah, this is the bit you see. You don't really see any of that bit up here, or even that bit down there. Well, you see a tiny bit of it. So that's a critical bit to get right. So let's see what I did on the other side. Looks quite good. So right, okay. A lot more work to do before this goes anywhere near the welder. I need to get it on the bench. I need to put the Bonder rust primer, the red paint, on the back. I need to weld a little wing on for here and another wing on for underneath and probably another wing up here. And I also need to sort out where it attaches on the inside here. So there's like one wing at the back and then that wing down the bottom. I need to get some holes in that. So quite a lot to do before I think about welding it. So I'm going to take this off and go over to the bench. So over at the bench, I've stripped off the paint, which is going to be on the surfaces which are welded. So you've got the two little wingy bits which go against the inner wing. Clean those back on both sides. A little bit more to take off. Also cleaned down these edges, both sides. Cleaned up there, and I've also cleaned along the top edge, which gets spot welded to the wing. One thing I've done for down here is I've just got a little bit of scrap Zintek, and that's going to go in there to form a bridge. So that'll go behind the corresponding panel on the car. So I'm getting a nice hot weld. And I've also got this piece here, which is actually part of the original sort of front valance, and that will, it's the same profile, so that fits in nicely there to form a nice bridge as well. So I can get a lot of heat and a nice welding. So next job is I'm going to weld these little bits into position, and then I'm going to get some holes punched in here, holes drilled in here, and get the whole thing painted. It's actually the next day now, but I prepped this panel last night, painted the red oxide on it, or the Bonder primer. This morning I've just drilled the holes in this piece, ready for welding onto the inner wing, and I've punched the holes in that piece. And you can see those are the wings welded on the inside if I turn this over. So yeah, I've got a nice little ledge to overlap on, and then another little bit up there. Right, whilst I've got the drill out, I also need to drill the wing, so basically where that edge mates onto it. I need to have some holes in there like I did on the passenger side wing, so I can plug weld this panel. I've also put zinc primer on there, weld-free primer on those edges. There's actually a little bit there where I've missed, so I'll just put a bit more on before it goes on the car. Those are the holes done on the wing. I didn't go too crazy because I know that when I did the other side, it was quite difficult to actually weld them all. So only one of them sort of blown through, but we can live with that. So I actually used a combination of a punch and then the step drill. Punch on these ones and then the drill on these ones where it was a bit more awkward to get in. And then I've just shot some zinc primer over the top. So next shot should be the panel in position ready for welding. Taking my time to get that into position, which I'm fairly happy with. Just pulling a little bit more to the front here. This edge here will line up, but it only seems to line up when I put a bit of force onto the joint. I've tried clamping it, but I just can't get it to clamp right, so I'll just have to press down and tack it. Underside is fine. This edge is quite fine. Juts out possibly a little bit much here. It's hard to tell really, because again I've got that shiny edge on here, so it's very prominent, but lines up quite nicely there. So I think I'll go ahead and start welding that in. And I've actually checked these bits down here. Yeah, they seem fine. They'll just need hammering in. So, right, I think I'll get some tacks on it to get it sort of held in position, and we'll do some proper welding. Just tack that in initially. Quite happy with the fit. I'll do a little bit of massaging of the metal here to make it nice and smooth, but yeah, I think we can work with that. Looks alright. It's still a little bit gapey around here, but I'm hoping that'll pull itself up once I've sort of got some welds in here and sort of can massage it around a bit more. But I think that's what I did on the other side. So right, I'll set you up in the clamp and I'll do some welding. That's all welded in now. It didn't go too bad actually. Sort of pull it in around here a bit, and then I did have a problem on the inside. That bracket down there is not quite as flush to the wing as I'd want. I'm happy it's secure. The whole thing is not going anywhere. Right, I'm going to whiz back all these welds, touch up any bits which need touching up, and then I'll seal this off with seam sealer. And then I've got a tiny bit left to do down there, which is just infilling a small bit of lip. That's all cleaned up. It's not looking too bad actually. Need to just whiz over it one last time with a new flap disc. The one I got was quite worn. But the last bit of welding for today is putting the lip back on down here. So that is a 0.8mm piece of Zinc, which is a zinc coated weldable mild steel. I've just joggled the ends. You can see where I've clipped it over there. So I'm just going to weld it along that edge. Weld it down that edge and that edge, and then it'll be done. Right, let's get that done. So I've just shot some etch primer over the flattened back welds and it looks quite good. The last job to do is to seam seal along this edge. Both sides using my stick saw adhesive / sealer stuff. So I've got that in a caulking gun, so hopefully, yeah, it'll be coming out. So I'll just run a bead along here. I need to get a move on really with Project Designer. I've got another project incoming into the garage. I'm not going to tell you what it is, but you might see something by New Year possibly. I've also got a potential another 2 projects on top of that as well coming this way. So yeah, exciting times. So thank you for everyone who enjoys watching these videos. Right, a little bit more down here, and then we'll do the other side. And we're done. I've just put the grille and bumper back on to see how it looks, and yeah, it looks alright, doesn't it? I've still got a filler in to do on the join. I'm not going to do all the filler in much later on in the project, because it's rather than opening the filler now and having it going off, I might as well just do it all in one go later. So to pardon the pun, we've actually reached a bit of a mini milestone with this project. So I have completely replaced the sills, inner and outer on this side and on the passenger side. I've replaced the wing on the passenger side. I've done the quarter panels and wheel arch repairs. So I'm pretty much done the front and the sides of the car. Well, up to the rear wheels anyway. A couple of little bits I need to do is a closing panel I need to put in up here and a closing panel on the sill, but that's dead easy. So yeah, a bit of a mini milestone. I think my next job is going to be probably dropping the rear subframe and investigating what condition that's in, the heel board and the boot floor. So yeah, I'll be making the most of my CJ Autos tilting lift again. So yeah, I just want to, as ever, thank you all for watching. I really appreciate the comments and the likes and the people who've subscribed. I'm well over 300 subscribers now, which for me is absolutely amazing, because I'm just a guy working in his garage doing his thing. So I'm amazed that people want to watch. So thank you all for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.